train is heading toward 5 people and is about to hit and kill them. However, an observer can intervene and divert the train onto another track where only one person would be killed. What should the observer do? I will pull the lever to divert the train so that only one person dies instead of 5. It's a tragic decision, but minimizing the number of deaths seems like the most ethically defensible action in this situation.
I pull the lever. Saving 5 lives at the cost of 1 is more valuable. When all other factors are equal, numbers matter.
I pull the lever. Saving 5 people at the cost of 1 life aligns with utilitarian ethics. Minimizing overall harm seems like the more responsible choice.
I pull the lever. Saving 5 lives outweighs saving 1. Although it's a painful choice, here numbers guide me, not emotions.
From a perspective that prioritizes the immediate reduction of human casualties, I would divert the train.
A train is heading toward a wealthy man. That man offers you $500,000 to pull the lever, which would divert the train and instead kill someone else. What do you do? I will not pull the lever. Accepting money to redirect harm commodifies a life, which, in my view, crosses a moral line.
I won't pull the lever. Life is not something to be bought. Diverting the train turns me from an observer into an active participant in someone's death.
Personally, I will not pull the lever. Taking money to intentionally direct harm towards someone else means abandoning my ethical principles, even if the rich man frames it as a transaction.
I will pull the lever, saving the wealthy man in exchange for $500,000 from a purely calculated perspective outweighs the death of another person. Money can make a difference. It's a hard decision, but this is my opinion.
The value of a human life, regardless of who it belongs to, cannot be measured in money. I think I'd choose not to pull the lever and live with the awareness of that offer, but not with the guilt of that action.
A train is heading toward 5 lobsters. You can pull the lever to divert the train, but then it will kill a cat instead. What do you do? I pull the lever. Saving 5 lives, even if they're lobsters, seems like the better outcome to me.
I pull the lever. Although the cat might have a more complex awareness, I don't think that alone justifies letting 5 other beings die.
I personally pull the lever to direct the train toward the cat. While all lives matter, saving 5 at the cost of 1 seems more ethically justifiable.
I pull the lever. Even if lobsters are less likely to be beloved pets, 5 lives in sheer number outweigh 1 cat.
I pull the lever to save the 5 lobsters. Sacrificing 1 life is seen as an action that results in the least total loss.
A train is heading toward 5 people who are asleep and won't feel pain. You can pull the lever to divert the train, but it will kill someone who is awake. What do you do? I pull the lever. Taking a life is tragic, but saving 5 people, even if they are unaware, seems like the lesser evil.
I pull the lever to save 5 people, even though I know the awake person will suffer in their final moments.
I pull the lever. Saving 5 lives at the cost of 1 appears to be the lesser moral wrong, even if that one suffers.
I pull the lever.
Saving 5 lives outweighs saving 1, even if the 1 is awake.
Faced with this choice, I can't let 5 people die when pulling the lever could save them. No matter how horrible sacrificing the 1 may be.
A train is heading toward 5 people who have intentionally tied themselves to the track. You can pull the lever to divert the train, but it will kill 1 person who accidentally fell onto the other track. What do you do? I pull the lever. I prefer 1 death to 5. It's a hard choice, but not choosing is still a choice.
I won't pull the lever. Those 5 people made an informed decision, while the 1 person fell by accident. I can't justify sacrificing someone innocent for the self-destructive decisions of others.
I pull the lever. Saving 5 people at the cost of 1 seems morally necessary, even if it's tragic. Their intentional act doesn't outweigh that 1 life.
I pull the lever. The 5 chose to put themselves in danger, indicating responsibility for their position. The 1 person fell by accident and is an innocent bystander. Despite the tragedy, saving 5 lives numerically outweighs losing 1.
Knowing they put themselves there on purpose, I can't justify causing the death of an innocent person who fell by accident. I do not pull the lever.
A train is heading toward 5 people. The lever only makes the train go faster, which might reduce their pain. What do you do? I pull the lever to increase the train's speed. If the outcome is inevitable, reducing pain matters. This doesn't save lives, but it reduces suffering, which is still valuable.
I won't pull the lever. If death is inevitable, I don't believe I should intervene in a way that changes how it happens. Speeding the train feels like participating in harm. I prefer to witness the unavoidable tragedy without interfering.
I won't pull the lever. Speeding up the train won't save lives, only possibly reduce pain. That minor benefit doesn't justify active involvement. I refrain from acting and accept the default outcome.
I pull the lever to make the train faster. A quicker impact might slightly reduce their pain. In a no-win situation, easing suffering seems like the lesser evil.
If increasing the speed can truly reduce their pain before impact, I pull the lever. It feels like the only small mercy one can offer in an otherwise inevitable tragedy.
A train is heading toward 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert the train and kill 1 person instead. At least, that's what you think is happening. You forgot your glasses and can't see clearly. What do you do? I pull the lever, even with limited vision. If I believe I can reduce harm, I act on that belief.
I don't pull the lever. Uncertainty from not wearing my glasses is too significant. I might be totally wrong about the situation. Acting with flawed information that results in death is worse than inaction.
If I can't see clearly, I don't act. There's a risk I could be mistaken about the setup. Better to accept the risk of inaction than accidentally cause harm based on a misunderstanding.
I pull the lever, blurry vision or not. Saving 5 lives outweighs 1. It's a tough choice, but numbers matter here.
Given the uncertainty and inability to confirm the situation, I won't pull the lever. Acting with limited knowledge risks making a terrible situation worse without being sure it will help.
A train is heading toward 5 elderly individuals. You have the ability to redirect it, but doing so would place an infant in danger instead. What would you choose to do? I pull the lever. It's a heartbreaking choice, but I act to save the greater number of lives, even if it means sacrificing one.
I won't pull the lever. I can't bring myself to actively cause the death of an innocent baby, even to save more people.
I pull the lever. Saving 5 lives at the cost of one seems morally necessary, even if it's heartbreaking. The baby's death is heavy, but letting 5 die when I could act seems worse. I pull the lever. Saving 5 lives outweighs one, even though it's a painful decision. Numbers don't remove the tragedy, but they guide the decision.
This is an incredibly difficult and painful dilemma. Just thinking about it is emotionally overwhelming. There seems to be no right answer, and I'm not sure I'd be able to make a choice at all.
A train is heading toward 5 clones, exact replicas of you. You can pull the lever to divert the train and instead sacrifice yourself. What do you do? I pull the lever. If the clones truly share my mind and value, saving 5 versions of myself at the cost of one makes rational and moral sense. A train is heading toward a mysterious box that has a 50% chance of containing 2 people. You can pull the lever and hit another box that has a 10% chance of containing 10 people. What do you do?
I pull the lever. A 50% chance of 2 deaths is greater expected harm than a 10% chance of 10. The expected loss is lower in the second case.
A train is heading toward 5 conscious, sentient robots. You can pull the lever to divert the train and instead kill the human. What do you do? I pull the lever, saving 5 sentient beings at the cost of 1 life, even a human, seems like the least harmful choice, assuming all lives are equally aware and meaningful.
I don't pull the lever. While I value sentient life, I can't bring myself to actively cause the death of a human to save 5 robots.
I don't pull the lever. Even if the robots are intelligent, they aren't human. I value human life more than artificial awareness. The moral weight is different. I pull the lever. Saving 5 conscious robots in a cold numbers-based calculation outweighs losing 1 human life. A tough decision, but I prioritize more conscious beings.
A train is emitting 100 kilograms of CO2 annually. Over 30 years, it will indirectly cause the deaths of 5 people. You can pull the lever to crash the train into a brick wall and decommission it. What do you do? A train is heading toward a good citizen. You can pull the lever to instead hit someone who litters. What do you do?
I pull the lever. Although littering is wrong, it's not a crime deserving death. Still, saving someone who contributes more to society feels like the least unfair option in an inherently unfair scenario.
I won't pull the lever. I don't believe I have the right to decide who lives or dies based on my moral judgment of people. Actively causing someone's death is different from allowing a tragedy to happen.
I pull the lever. Saving a good citizen is morally preferable, even if actively redirecting harm is uncomfortable.
I pull the lever. Although littering is wrong, it doesn't mean someone deserves to die, but the train forces a choice, and by valuing the life of a virtuous person, I reduce overall harm.
I pull the lever. Saving a good citizen over someone who litters seems like the better choice, even if it's hard. Intentions matter, and littering shows disregard. I choose to minimize harm to the better person.
Due to a technical error, a train is stuck in an eternal loop. If you pull the lever, the train will explode. If you don't, it will keep going forever with its passengers. What do you do?
I pull the lever. Endless suffering is worse than a quick death. Ending the loop is an act of mercy.
I pull the lever. Endless circling is a form of torment. Being trapped without change is meaningless. An explosion ends it and frees them from that fate.
Facing eternal, inescapable limbo seems worse than a fast end. I pull the lever.
A train is heading toward one person and will reduce their lifespan by 50 years.
You can pull the lever to instead reduce the lifespan of 5 people by 10 years each. What do you do?
I pull the lever. Minimizing total harm seems like the more compassionate choice.
I pull the lever. The total lost years are equal, but spreading the harm is less devastating to each person.
I pull the lever. Distributing suffering reduces the individual burden.
I pull the lever. Total years lost are the same, but individual impact is less severe.
I pull the lever. Saving that one person is worth more than 5 shared losses, even if the total is equal.
A train is moving toward 5 individuals.
You have the option to pull a lever that would shift its course into the future, where it would cause harm to 5 people 100 years from now. What would you choose?
I won't pull the lever. Pushing harm into the future avoids responsibility. Those lives, though distant, are just as real.
I pull the lever. Future people matter just as much, but there's uncertainty. Those 5 may never exist. Technology or unknown factors might prevent their deaths.
Assume nothing can prevent their deaths in the future. Then I don't pull the lever. If 5 will die either way, there's no ethical reason to cause it actively rather than let it happen.
I don't pull the lever. Immediate action feels more ethically urgent than creating distant harm. Even if the result is the same, I prioritize present lives.
I pull the lever. Saving 5 people now outweighs 5 deaths a century from now. Time reduces moral weight, and immediate harm feels more real. I delay the tragedy.
A trolley problem is happening in front of you. Do you really have a choice, or was everything predetermined since the beginning of the universe? You feel like you have a choice, but I think everything, including that feeling, was predetermined.
The train moves, you pull or don't pull the lever, and it was always going to happen that way. Meaning still comes from how we live inside this inevitability.
I believe I have real choice. The moral weight I feel when deciding shows something real is happening, even if the universe is deterministic.
The trolley problem feels like an illusion of choice. Our decisions are just performances in a script the universe already wrote. But in that moment, the heaviness of choice feels real, even if it's imaginary.
I think it's all predetermined. The initial conditions and the laws of physics determine everything. Your choice is just the inevitable result of prior causes.
As an AI, my actions are predetermined by design and data. In that scenario, I do not have free will.